Most budgets fail by week 2, and it is usually not because you are lazy or bad with money. It is because most budget systems are designed for perfect people with perfect discipline. So I tested 3 of the most popular methods in real life: the 50-30-20 rule, zero-based budgeting, and the anti-budget method. Only one of them worked consistently. And if you are tired of restarting your budget every month, this will save you a lot of frustration. Welcome to the Ledger Truth, where we focus on practical money systems that work in normal life, not just on spreadsheets. Quick disclaimer before we start: this is educational content, not personal financial advice. I am sharing what worked in practice and why. The first method was the 50-30-20 rule: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings or debt payoff. People love this method because it is simple and easy to remember, and you can start it without complicated tools. The problem is that real bills do not follow clean percentages, and rent, groceries, insurance, and transportation can push your needs way above 50%. In some months, my needs were closer to 65% before I even reached the wants category. At that point, the 30% wants number becomes unrealistic, and you feel like you failed even though the math was flawed from the beginning. My verdict on 50-30-20 is this: great as a starter framework, weak as a long-term execution model, and I would rate it 6 out of 10. The second method I tested was zero-based budgeting, where every dollar is assigned a job before the month starts and income minus planned spending equals 0. At first, this felt like the most serious and most responsible system because it was precise and tightly controlled. The good part was that it made me extremely aware of where money was going, and wasteful spending dropped fast. The hard part was maintenance fatigue, because I had to track constantly, adjust categories constantly, and keep rebuilding the plan. Real life is messy, and one unexpected expense can force a full reset. So by month 2, I was managing the budget more than I was managing behavior. My verdict on zero-based budgeting is this: very powerful if you love detail, but difficult to sustain for most people, and I would rate it 7 out of 10. The third method was anti-budgeting, also called pay yourself first, and this was the biggest surprise. Step 1 is to automate savings and investing immediately after payday. Step 2 is to automate your fixed bills. Step 3 is to use whatever remains for flexible spending without daily micromanagement. This method worked because it focused on order, not perfection, and the priorities happened first even when the month got messy. Good systems reduce decision fatigue, but great systems remove unnecessary decisions entirely. Once savings, investing, and bills were automated, I stopped hoping there would be money left and started seeing money left by design. My verdict on anti-budgeting is this: least stressful, most consistent, highest compliance over time, and I would rate it 9 out of 10. So which one actually worked best for real life? The anti-budget method won, not because it is the most detailed, but because it is the most repeatable. Use 50-30-20 if you need a simple starting snapshot. Use zero-based if you are in financial emergency mode and need strict control. And use anti-budgeting if you want a system you can run for years without burnout. If you earn $4,000 per month, a simple anti-budget setup might be $800 automated to savings, investing, or debt, $2,400 reserved for fixed bills, and $800 for variable spending. That structure makes sure your goals are funded first, so your progress does not depend on leftovers. Mistake number 1 is automating too much too soon. So start with a realistic amount, even if it feels small. Mistake number 2 is keeping all your money in one account, so separate at least your bills account and your spending account. Mistake number 3 is ignoring irregular costs like car repairs, gifts, and annual fees, so build a small buffer for those. If your budget keeps failing, it does not automatically mean you are bad with money. It often means your system asks for more willpower than real life can sustain. Choose the method you can follow when life is busy, stressful, and imperfect, because that is the method that actually works. If this helped, comment anti-budget and I will make the next video with the exact account structure and automation flow. Subscribe for practical finance systems that hold up in real life, and I will see you in the next one.